Welcome back, and with me today from 7 Day Dental are Doctors Christine Chung and Chuck Lee. And today our discussion is about laser dentistry, right? Welcome.
Laser, yeah, it's good
Great
morning.
to have you both here today. I was looking over some of the stuff that you sent to me, and I was going, I never heard of that or that or that. Well, that's why you're here today. So thank you very much. And the thing about, people hear laser dentistry, and lasers nowadays are used for everything, right? For general medical procedures, for your eyes, all kinds of different things. So how does that work in dentistry? Because I know even you've talked to me in the past about using a laser to get deep cleaning or to repair gums. And is this what we're talking about today, or something a little bit more than that?
Well, we're trying to let all the community know that laser dentistry has been around for a long time, and we're using it for a lot more procedures.
Okay. All right, great. And I know one of the first things we're going to talk about today is gingivitis, which is something we all hear about, but there's many other different things that a laser is used for, right?
Yeah, so when the patient walks in the office, they talk about gum disease, and they are very much aware of treatment as far as surgery.
Yeah.
And laser is a revolutionary surgical tool that has been used the last 25 years in dentistry, and it's become more and more popular because it allows the dentist to use with control, where there's no very minimal post-op pain, and allow us not to damage the tissues in the mouth.
Okay.
So it's become very popular, almost pain-free, and the patients love it. So we wanted to educate the patients or the community about laser dentistry, and a lot of it is used in cosmetic as well as treating gum disease. For cosmetic, we can lift the tissue. I sent some of the pictures. I don't know if you put the slide, the tissue.
Yeah, I think we have one that if you want, we can show. They're a little bit grainy, but I'll put them up.
Oh.
These two here.
Yeah, so you see how if the patient has gingivitis, there's a little bit of swelling around the teeth. So we use the laser to trough it off and increase and shows more tooth structure. And
okay, go back and tell me about that. Troughing?
Troughing of the gum.
Okay, what does that mean exactly?
A little bit of incising of the gum.
Okay.
It's called granulation tissue, that tissue of the gum, if you can see that photos.
Well, also troughing is another term when we're preparing a tooth for a crown. Yeah. We will run the laser all around the tooth. Okay. And that allows the tissue to pull back a little bit and allow us to take a really nice impression of the tooth.
Okay.
So we can send it to the lab or make a crown for the patient.
Okay.
To have a benefit of the crown to the tooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
go ahead.
Yeah, I want to add what she said. So laser is a non-surgical procedure. And the laser beam, the red beam, it does a few things that's really good. Is the red light that it emits attracts the bacteria, and it kills the bacteria. But the cool thing is it seals the gum, so you're not going to get much to any bleeding.
Okay.
And because it's very, it's non-invasive, so it doesn't cause a lot of discomfort, and the post-op is great. So patients usually don't have a lot of discomfort afterwards.
Okay.
And because of all those advantages, that's why laser is so popular now.
Is this something that is used for general cleaning? Are we at that point yet? Or is it something that people have a little bit more serious conditions?
Yes. Yeah, we're using that for patients that have deeper pockets.
Okay.
And they have more tartar buildup. Because of deeper pocket, they have more buildup under their gum.
Okay.
And we're not, when we do that, when we do the deep cleaning, we are anesthetizing the area because of the deep clean, not because of the laser.
Yeah.
And then what the laser does is it goes down and it removes the bacteria, kind of push the gum out of the way a little bit, and then we're able to access and remove all the tartar from the root surfaces. Then we reapply the laser, and that seals the gum. So we do two things: open it up, clean the bacteria, and then remove everything to make it clean, and then we run it again, and that seals. It acts like it's kind of like putting glue on it.
Okay.
Right? So the gum heals better, and patients we've seen great improvement in clinical when we see their gum after the use of laser.
Okay.
And
now,
the cool thing is, sometimes it doesn't have to be the full mouth. It's just certain area.
Maybe certain areas.
Certain area. After we clean it, the hygienist or the dentist say, "Oh, you have one deep pocket. I'm going to use the laser and run through it," and it's great results just for that local site, that particular site. Yeah.
Now, what about again? A few things you sent me here that I've never heard of. At least these words, frenectomy.
Yeah. So a lot of kids or adults, when they have extra muscle attachment that's too low. For example, in the front, they have a muscle attachment that creeps down near the teeth, and that's sometimes what happens. It pulls on it when you smile. It pulls on it, and it opens up the teeth.
Oh, okay.
So
You see the spacing in between.
Yeah,
that's
teeth.
right. So before we do ortho or afterwards, we have to move the level of the muscle up.
Okay.
So that's great for that. And
And
also,
the laser comes in.
The
yes,
laser,
laser is you're able to do it gently. And another thing is kids, they have sometimes tongue tie, where their tongue can't lift up. And because of that, they can't develop the arch, and sometimes we're able to diagnose it because we see them. We tell them lift their tongue, and they can't lift it very high, and we're able to snip it really easily.
Wow. So that's where that term comes from, tongue-tied, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Usually, a lot of time, babies, they'll know because they're unable to latch on to mom's the nipple. So breastfeeding is very tough. And it's
interesting.
frustrating for the baby if
Yeah.
they have tongue tie. But sometimes it's like gray area. Like it's not that bad, but bad, where not bad for feeding twice, but it's could be improved if we snip it, because the tongue needs to develop the arch.
Right.
So if the tongue's tied, it's not going to do what it's supposed to do.
Okay, another one that you sent, herpetic lesions. And what is that?
People have herpes around
Yeah.
their lips. So when they start feeling that, we use a laser to try to go through and before the lesion even break out.
Okay.
Yeah.
This would be like on the gums or something?
No.
Sometimes on
Or
the
a
lips.
cold sore? Or,
Yeah.
Okay.
What we do is, one of the things that happens when we have a herpetic lesion is it's very painful. So what we do with the laser is we don't even touch it. So the lesions here, we are at about 2-3 millimeter away from the lesion, and we keep firing it until the patient say, "I have no more discomfort."
Oh, okay.
And it just kind of numbs it up, per se. And the patient will, afterward, the patient will say, "I have no more pain." And so we're removing the pain, and also that will allow the herpetic lesion to heal a little faster.
Okay. Oh, wow, so much you can do. Now, the other one, ulcers.
Yes, so that's
Canker
aphthous
sore.
ulcer, similar. One is herpetic,
Okay.
one's aphthous ulcer, but both of them, they're the same mechanism and similar mechanism, and we treat it similarly.
Okay. How does someone know if they have that? Is that, especially the herpetic lesions, is that something, people
they
who
will
may
feel it.
have, people call them cold sores.
Yes.
That may come back and back and back over
Yes.
their lifetime.
Yes.
Is that something with this that could come back just because it is a type of a virus that may never go away?
Yeah.
It takes a few days, like
Okay.
5 or sometimes 2 weeks, and the pain sometimes could be very traumatic. So they come in and we'll say, if you would like to, we just do a little laser treatment.
Okay.
It takes 5-10 minutes,
Okay.
at the most, and the pain relieved constantly. Yeah.
Okay. And as far as your hygienists, people go in there, they get their teeth cleaned and all. And does the hygienist do a lot of this?
Yes, so not everyone is trained.
Okay.
So as dentists or hygienists, we have to go through the class for a certain amount of numbers of hours to be trained to use the laser, and it's very safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as far as the treatment needed for that, is it something that once the treatment is done, like for the gums and all, like you said, the deep cleaning and the pockets and all that, if they maintain their healthy teeth, and do they need to have that done again? Does that come back, or is that the advantage of the laser, that it really kind of seals things off for?
So
It's a very good question.
It's a good question, but tough. A lot of times is if the patient has had deep cleaning and they've had laser and they come on a recall, more frequent recall, like every 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to need it again.
Okay.
However, having said that, you know, we go through stress and all that. So sometimes, you know, patients or even dental students, they'll go through a period of high intensity stress, finals, and they just, even though they don't, not brushing well, they'll get a lot of inflammation, and then we may need again. But if they come regularly, I think on a shorter recall, I think the chance of needing is going to be not so much.
All right.
Yeah, I have a case. I did the gingivectomy. So for one of my nephew, after he took out his braces, he has a gummy smile. That means that he shows a lot of gums. So I used the laser and I just drop off the tissue, shows more teeth, and I should have taken it before and after pictures. He is so happy, and now he smiles with teeth instead of gum. So if you have any questions, any cosmetic or gum issue that you have, don't hesitate to come on in for a free consultation.
All right,
Yeah.
very good. And of course, you guys are right over here across the way. And what's the hours over in that, over the center there?
9 to 6, and then if patients need to come later, we will make special arrangement.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
We're always here for you.
7 days.
7 days a week.
All right, good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back.